Hi guys, and welcome to Sisters in the City with me, Anna Vakili.
And me, Mandy Vakili. I was just really dying to be like, hi guys.
Okay, I'll promise next time you can
we
start.
Just take it in turn.
Yeah, okay, fine. You can have it next time.
How are you all? We've missed you. We are in much higher spirits today.
Yeah, last week's episode was very sad. I'm sorry. Honestly, I was with one of my friends yesterday and she was like, I was crying watching your whole video. It was so sad.
Yeah. I've had thousands and thousands of DMs of people saying I couldn't watch it, I was crying.
Yeah, it was actually, I think, for us to come and do that episode, I'm really proud of us.
Right, we're amazing.
Because we were in such a bad place. To be honest, I'm still in a really bad place.
Yeah, me too.
But I need to just try, brainwash myself.
I mean, it's weird because I'm in higher spirits compared to then.
Yeah.
But I am still in a bad place. But it doesn't show. It's weird that.
Time is a healer. Like, that is true. Yeah, like
100%.
Every day that goes
every
by,
hour.
It's weird, like your mind and your body is the same in terms of when you go for surgery, I always compare it to that. It's
Really?
It sounds really weird, but when you're come out of surgery, every single day it heals a little bit. Same with your mental, every day it heals a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie, even though I seem to be in higher spirits, maybe you are as well, I think we both had a really bad week. It's weird because you messaged me throughout the week and you're like, Anna, I'm really in a bad place and I'm mentally a bit depressed. And it's weird, I can't even be there for you because I'm also going through it at home. Yeah. But I also feel like if I talk to you about it, it will make me feel worse.
Yeah.
So I distance myself from you because it's I feel like it's better for us both if we because if two people that are really in a bad way come together, it might feel worse.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right. I don't know because I couldn't tell during that whole Kobe passing. I couldn't really tell if when we were grieving together if it was better or worse. I think it was better because I'd be worse in terms of I was screaming and crying more when I was on my own.
No, I don't mean about Kobe's passing. I definitely think when Kobe passed, it was better we were together. But the aftermath of we've grieved, the screaming and the crying stopped, and there's just a feeling of
a void
of it feels like depression. I can't explain it, but it feels like the way I felt the last 5 days is a weird feeling of I'm more quiet. Even when I was a bunch of girls yesterday, 5 girls, I felt more quiet. I'm more harder for me to get out of bed, do the most simple things.
Sorry, right now.
Why are you laughing? I'm trying to say some serious stuff.
Just came into my head that we started the episode we're in our higher spirits.
We're in higher spirits. Depression.
I feel a lot has happened.
I want to be honest about it though at the same time because this is our podcast and we're honest. I can't come and be fake on here. And
get more honest.
The truth is, yes, I am excited to do this podcast episode and I am in higher spirits compared to last week, but I have had a bit of a rough week mentally and I know you have as well.
Oh, trust me.
Because you've messaged me.
I think I'm probably even worse and you don't even know it.
I don't know. But the thing is, have you not noticed I've not really been replying to your, checking on you?
You never do anyway, so.
That's bullshit. I do, but I've also felt like that. And it's I feel almost if I speak to you, I'll feel even worse. You'll feel even worse.
Thanks, Anna.
We'll both feel worse.
No, I get you.
It's because you have to try and act strong. Because if you're really sad and in a bad way, I feel if I speak to you, I have to try and act strong for you.
But you can't.
But I can't at that point because I have to for you because I care about you so much. If I break down in front of you, you're going to even break down even more.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's I have to try and be strong and I couldn't be strong for you.
Yeah, I completely get what you're saying. And I think so much has happened in the last 2 weeks. There's a lot to talk about.
And we're going to save that for Patreon, to be honest, because we're going to do a catch up for this week's Patreon episode because everyone loves our catch-ups for some reason. I don't even know why you guys are interested in our bullshit.
Innit? I don't even know. Our lives are so boring. But there's so much I want to talk about on that note as well. On the whole,
that's
depression and things like that. I want to talk about that a lot. So yeah, it's going to be out on Thursday. So this episode is a Halloween special.
Yeah, it's a Halloween special. Even though technically for us, Halloween is cancelled this year because there has been so much going on in our life and in the world. For us, it's really had an effect on us. So we just feel we're not in the mood to kind of dress up and
And it just didn't feel appropriate to, dress up. Because, we normally dress up quite sexy. And
I'm just not in the mood.
It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right, especially with Kobe passing and everything that's going on in Gaza, Palestine. It just feels wrong. But for anyone who is enjoying and celebrating,
for me, I don't know. For me, it's not that it doesn't feel right. For me, it's just that I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, but
I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, me too. I'm not in the mood, but it also just doesn't feel right.
Really?
No, it doesn't. Like, a lot of things don't feel right. Like,
What do you
I
mean?
went
Like,
out
you
on
went
the-
out yesterday?
Yeah, something didn't feel right. I felt guilty being out.
Yeah, I know that
So,
guilt feeling.
yeah.
That guilt feeling. But you can't feel like that. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't think anyone should feel guilty because it's not anyone's fault, and like you can't stop your life.
Anyway, let's get on to our Halloween episode. We want to hear this BS bullshit.
Yeah, catch up tomorrow. We so naturally
Catch
go
up
into
tomorrow. No, Thursday.
Sorry, catch up's out on Thursday. But we so naturally our conversations go to
because you don't talk to me throughout the whole week. I feel like you have so much to say to me when you see me on the podcast.
That's bullshit. Anyway, I put on some questions on my Instagram, because I take control of this podcast.
Basically, it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for Anna.
Yeah, like I'm the producer. Sometimes I think to myself, if I didn't do these things, what would Mandy come to the podcast to do? Like,
I just bring my authentic self, my sense of humor. Anna, listen.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, tell me some of your scary stories.
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Do you know what?
Oh, I've got some, but I'll...
I've had like a weird situation that I've ended up calling the police like 10 times for no reason, feeling like someone's intruding the house, and this kept happening to me.
So many times. It's so annoying.
Like I done it to Anna once.
Once she did it to me when I was out on a date with Cowslick, and it was at the beginning when I was dating Cowslick, and I was excited about going out with him. Like we finally were going out together, and then like we're at the steak place sitting there, and then suddenly I get a call from Mandy. She's like screaming, "Oh my God, there's someone in the house!" And I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm panicking, yeah." And then she's like, "I've locked myself in the toilet," and like Eddie and Kobe, you'd left them outside the house to get killed.
It literally shows, when like shit hits the fan, like you only want to save your own arse. Eddie and Kobe could have been eaten at that point by the intruder. I was thinking about me.
Literally, I was like, because I was like, "Where's Eddie and Kobe?" She was like, "I've left them outside the toilet door there. I can hear them outside the toilet door."
I can let them in though.
Did you?
Yeah.
Anyway, at this point, I'm like, "Oh my God, okay." I had to like, what do you do? You pass the phone. Like for me, I pass the phone over to the man. I always do. Like it's really bad like that, but I always feel like men should.
I'm giving myself the ick.
I'm like it's so sexist.
Anna's like my sister's like going to get maybe raped and murdered. Take the phone, guy I've just met 30 days ago.
I'm so bad in like certain situations. Like if someone's hurt or if someone's like getting in a danger, I go to panic. Have you not noticed?
Yeah, like when I was sliding through the airport with the Pret stuff,
I start like,
and you gave the phone to Cowsley.
I panic because I start like even when Kobe had a seizure. Do you remember? I'm like,
and you run away and just left him. Oh God!
Like,
and I gave him
a few years ago. I just go into panic mode, like really bad panic mode. So anyway, you called me screaming, "I'm panicking. Oh my God, oh, what? I can't focus." I go panic, pass the phone over to Kazlik, and he's like dealing with it. We straight away get up in the middle of dinner and have to come back home.
I ruined her day.
We come back home, she's still in the toilet, and we go into the house and we see that like just a bunch of a shelf had fallen.
I ruined Anna's day over a shelf. Oi, do you know how many bottles of massive 6-pack of Evian waters were on these shelves? Do you know the volume of noise? Do you know the level of sound? When you're upstairs in your bedroom and it literally sounded like someone kicked through the front door. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I shat myself.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't blame you.
It was so scary.
Yeah.
That's happened, but then, you know what? I have called the police on just hearing like the tiniest like noise, like, tuk.
Yeah, exactly.
That's happened to me as well. And recently I keep getting like these visions.
Now you're becoming like the boy that cried wolf.
Yeah, now no
so,
one
like it's really scary because next time you call and you're like, "Oh my God," I'm gonna be like, "Mandy, stop it.
Don't ever do that." Because once I had like septicemia,
yeah,
and I nearly died.
Yeah,
because of Anna.
Yeah, because she was really sick. So bad.
This is so
you
bad.
never let me rest with that. Like you never leave me alone.
I'm gonna hold it over you, bro.
She holds it over me forever.
She nearly killed me.
Like she was ill and she was like on the floor. She was like, "I'm really sick." Like I was like,
crawling
"Stop it, man."
In my ensuite.
It's because in the past, every time you get like a little cold, like the most minor illness, she'll get like moan about it. Like, "I can't do this. I'm so sick. I'm so sick." I'm the kind of person when I get sick, I kind of just deal with it. Like I deal with it on my own. Like I'm just sick. I don't
bear in mind at this point, she's a pharmacist.
You're a moany person. So I like, obviously when you're like, "I'm so sick, I can't come." I was like, "Get up, man. Just go to bed. Stop moaning."
Okay, no, actually I was crawling from the bed to the toilet, vomiting, crawling back. I was like fucking dizzy. It was boiling hot. I was really unwell. Okay, yeah, when basically you could have the flu, innit?
Yeah.
But temperature is a bad sign, right? But she doesn't know.
Yeah, but I mean, you have temperature, you take paracetamol, it goes down.
This was not going down. Then, yeah, I was like, please, you need to take me to mom's. You need to take me to mom's. I know you feel guilty about this situation. It's all right. And then she was like, oh, no. And then after a while, I was like, you have to. I'm going to die. Anyway, she basically drove me to my mom's house. And then when my mom opened the door, I fell on the floor in the corridor. I never forget, straight away. Then my mom took me to the sofa. She put ice all over my body, gave me ibuprofen, paracetamol. Nothing was working. Basically, the temperature wasn't going down. And I was basically going into like shock. And I was losing, what do you do when you
lose consciousness?
I was losing consciousness. So she called the ambulance. The ambulance came. They were like, we have to get to hospital now. She has to go now. I'll never forget it. And I was like, no.
So annoying in these situations. Like, why are you like that? Same as dad.
I was like, no.
Like, you could be dying and you're like, I don't want to go to hospital.
And yeah, true. That was in my hands as well. I was like, no. My mum was like fighting me. They were like, she has to go. Her temperature is so high. Her blood pressure is so low.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know. Anyway,
I need to understand your thought process behind that.
I don't know. I just thought, I want to go out tomorrow, I'll be fine. I was young. I was at that vibe.
No, you're even like that. I feel like you're still like that.
About going doctors and hospitals. Mate, no wonder why. Because they took me to the hospital. I'll never forget that ambulance ride. I was in and out of consciousness, but I'll never forget that. Like, that ride, they were injecting me on the way. It was zooming over bumps. And when they put me on that bed and they rolled me in like these movies, there was like 10 doctors all at once.
Yeah, basically,
anyway,
she had 3 weeks. And like basically an infection of the blood.
And they said if she didn't...
How did you get that?
I don't know. She's like, if you didn't come, you
should have died. How scary is that?
So scary. And basically, it reminds me of Kobe. Yeah. But Kobe... But then Kobe didn't have any signs.
No.
But it's mad because like if he had gone, he wouldn't have died. It's one of those things.
He would have just suffered longer.
He would have... Yeah, no. If he'd gone to the doctors, like for a random vet check that we went when he was sneezing, for example.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, maybe we should check if he's got lungworm, which they didn't do.
They wouldn't have done that.
They didn't do that.
They didn't do that in the past. But they've never done that.
The vet said they should have done that because she said that's probably what caused his sneezing. Anyway, then he wouldn't have died.
Yeah. I mean, recently I've been feeling that whole, it's weird. It's like I've got that whole life is too short feeling, like in everything, in friendships, like why are we arguing about petty shit? Why are we spending, but then at the same time, I've been so sad. So it's like, why am I spending so much time being sad and down when life is so short? So it's like a conflicting thing in my head recently. Yeah. Have you been feeling that? Because obviously Kobe, Gaza, like all these things, like I have that feeling of life is so short, but then...
The way I've been, I don't want to even say it right now here. I will just talk about it on Thursday. But okay, guys.
Should we start? So basically, I put these things up on Instagram, and I don't know if you saw it. Did you see it? The pictures, they were really scary.
Yeah, where the fuck did you find these photos?
So basically, I started getting all these messages like, how could you even put this up on Instagram story?
What?
Yeah, I got abused about it. Mandy. It was actually, so even our girlfriend messaged me saying, Anna, where...
That is a good question.
Yeah. And then I look at one message with like, with all due respect, what the actual fuck? Why post those pictures with no fucking warning or anything? This was fucking terrifying.
You see it?
Not in a funny way. People have fucking insomnia because of pictures like that, for fuck's sake.
No.
I got a DM like that.
Do they? Like, I got a picture like that wouldn't affect me at all.
But I don't know, maybe people are different. Maybe some people really got affected by the photos.
Maybe
I just literally went on Pinterest and I
searched. It's the woke community. It's the woke community.
You can't do anything
do anything anymore.
Literally, no, nothing.
Literally.
You can't even post a scary picture on Instagram.
Like, where's the line? Where's the line? Where's the line?
You basically have to be so filtered and so careful.
How boring of a life.
Like basically every influencer now, almost every influencer now.
Yeah.
And celeb. But yeah, next time I have to like, warning, next picture is a scary picture I found on Pinterest.
Yeah, how weird. All right, okay, go on then. Tell me some of these horror stories.
Okay, so yeah, people sent in their scariest stories. I put scariest because some of them might not be that scary to us.
I get scared, like, it's very hard to scare me.
Okay, so basically, when I started getting them through and I was reading them, I was at home alone at night.
Oh, shut up.
I was at home alone at night, so I'm reading through these, not dilemmas, these scary stories.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it. I couldn't read the whole thing because
I was such a pussy.
No, trust me, you're at home alone on the ground floor and like, my blind...
Stop being a vagina, Anna.
Huh?
You couldn't read the stories.
I couldn't read them. No, I was like, I have to save it for the morning. I got scared. I got scared.
No one's going to come and kill me at night. Ghosts only exist at night.
Well, that's true, actually. Ghosts come when you're on your own.
Did you know, by the way, that cats see ghosts, yeah?
Stop it, because
no, honestly,
Lucky's been doing some madness, yeah?
Yeah,
he suddenly looks like that at nothing. And I'm like,
Yeah,
what are
they
you
do.
looking at?
I mean, my mom was playing some serious podcast things to me. She watches the weirdest things.
Really?
Living with mom recently has really opened my eyes to the new personality she has.
Really?
She's just so cute. Honestly, she's the cutest thing, yeah?
Yeah.
But like, she's like, look, like apparently cats see ghosts and it's
Honey,
a real
stop
thing.
it.
So
Leave me alone. It's
you're
not
in
funny.
double trouble, babes.
Yeah, no, because Lucky does some madness, yeah. Sometimes he looks at a complete like thin air and he's like,
He's not, he's looking at someone now.
he scares me sometimes, that cat. I'll talk about this
Yeah.
on Patreon.
Yeah, okay, there's so much.
On cat chat. But do you know what, Manny? Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in ghosts?
I'm going to say no because I believe that whatever you believe in comes true.
So you genuinely don't believe in them?
I'm saying no because I believe that whatever you believe in comes true.
Okay. But personally, I believe, I don't know. Do I just... Do
All
I
right, well,
believe
let
in
me tell
ghosts?
you, Anna, yeah, our mom,
Yeah.
obviously she told me recently the story that we both know because she's always repeated it to us like throughout our life. And like she was crying, obviously, when Kobe passed. She was telling me the story about when her brother passed away.
Yeah.
And the way she cries when she tells the story, yeah? She's like, he came into the room, he sat next to me, and he said exactly these words, please stop crying. And she was like, I was not asleep. I saw his face, like, ooh, give me goosebumps.
Yeah, but
it's like, there's half of me is my mum tapped, and the other half of me is like, but she saw ghosts, it's real.
She says this story so much, right? But at the same time, I think like maybe when you're so in a like really bad way of like her brother died, she's crying. Imagine how we were about Kobe. Like imagine how she was about her brother. Like in a bad mental state, crying so much, probably not eating properly, not sleeping properly. You might hallucinate.
Yeah.
Maybe she hallucinated or dreamed it.
That's what. But a lot of people have seen ghosts.
But she's really
hallucinating.
I mean,
she's adamant.
I know. Well, I mean, I've had situations as well, like in the past, where I've seen a man.
Oh my God.
There was
I can't believe we were about to leave this out.
So yeah, there was a time where I was laying in bed, but I was awake. A man, and he looked like a Middle Eastern man, like he had a kind of bit of a beard, black hair. He was standing right there. I'll never forget it, on this side of me, looking over me while I was in bed and like smiling at me. And like, it wasn't like in a scary way he was smiling at me. It was in a kind way he was staring at me. But obviously, I'm seeing a man, and I swear I was not asleep.
What did he look like?
He had black hair, like a beard.
Maybe he's our real dad, and he's dead. What's going on?
What do you mean?
He must be someone to be coming to visit you.
Maybe our dad is our real dad. You look exactly like daddy.
Maybe he's a dead pervert.
No.
Who was this person?
I don't know. But anyway, like, you know when you're dreaming, you know you're kind of dreaming, you feel it's different to being like real life, like here, real life. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's different. Yes. In a dream, you know you're in a weird way.
Yes.
That was like, I wasn't in a dream.
Yes, we can know that. Okay.
But everyone thinks I'm asleep. So then I'm like, scream, and I'm like, oh my God. And then you come through to the door and you turn the light on. Was it your mum? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was me. It's been me every time.
Yeah.
Because you're acting like this is the only time.
Yeah.
We went through a phase where this kept happening to the point where I'd literally sleep with my door open to be prepared to go into Anna's room. And what house was it? This is very important because it hasn't happened.
You shared a room with me that time, but you were awake.
I didn't share a room with you, Anna.
You did.
Which one? Which house is this?
This is just Twining, you know.
Oh, yeah. Our mum's house, yeah? Okay. Yeah, I remember that time. But there's been way more times.
Yeah, there was another time where I saw an old woman.
Yes.
An old woman. She was also smiling at me, but she was a bit more of like a scary smile.
Yeah, and it happened a few times in that flat we had where we had two separate rooms. It happened a few times.
They're the two main times I saw. And then once in Love Island, I saw a humongous spider. And I screamed and everyone was like, what the fuck is going on?
Did you watch Harry Potter the Philosopher's Stone?
I don't know what the hell that was. But like, yeah, I mean, I especially... The man one is the most one that I'm like certain I was awake. Do you know what I mean? The old woman one, I'm like, I forgot.
Now you just sound like a liar because like if you're not sure about the other ones, then you...
No, because the old woman, I do feel like I was awake, but I don't like remember it as well. Whereas the man one, I really remember that feeling so well.
But it kept happening when we were in that flat. Like it kept happening.
What do you mean, what flat?
The flat that we both lived in Acton, it happened a lot in that flat. It happened like 4 times, yes. It started to get a bit annoying, actually.
Yeah.
I just feel like, you know, oh, like she needs my protection. I'd run in like a superhero. I'd feel so great about myself.
I'm surprised you wouldn't be scared. If you started doing shit like that, I'd be fucking scared.
I'm very scared of like people breaking in and like that kind of thing, doing things to me.
Anyway,
I'm not that scared of ghosts. Maybe because I haven't had an experience of seeing anything.
I just
feel like you're so super like natural right now, and I'm just so plain.
No, but I'm really scared of ghosts. If I'd be really scared of ghosts.
Well, we should like binge on horror movies this weekend
because of Halloween.
Yeah.
Well, this weekend's just gone by.
This week.
But I'd be really scared of ghosts. And I don't know if I believe in it because I'm really kind of that kind of person. Like if there's no scientific evidence, number one, and number two, if you don't seen it or you haven't experienced it, why'd you believe it?
What you believe is what happens. Like I have this weird fear that I've had recently that I'm going to get hit by a car, and it's non-stop. And I actually
Are you trying to annoy me and upset me?
No, I'm telling you. Why are you getting so emotional? You're so cute. No, it keeps happening. Like I'm going to get hit by a car. I keep having like these visions.
Why are you being like that?
Let me tell my story.
It's not funny.
You had visions about me cracking my teeth on cobbles.
Yeah, not dying.
That's not left me now, that thing. Everywhere I walk now, I'm like, Anna believes I'm going to fall and smash my teeth on cobbles.
I didn't say you were going to fall. I said I feel like always scared of falls. Anyone falling.
Okay, anyway. I saw a car coming at me from the left side, and I looked, and it was an empty road. That's what I mean about like almost hallucinating. If you believe in ghosts so much.
I'm really angry at you.
What? Because of the car thing?
You're putting out their bad energy.
It's Halloween. It's all about bad energy.
No. Anyway, so out of the people that I put up, like, do you believe in ghosts? 73% of people said they do believe in ghosts. 73%.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and 27% said they don't believe in ghosts. Then I put up, have you ever seen a ghost? So 34% said yes, and 66% said no. I thought that was a little bit
Don't
interesting.
You think it's so funny that if you like say to a man, or like if a bunch of guys came in here with knives, like what would you do?
They always get like, I don't give a shit. Like, oh, don't be scared. They always act like every single time. No, I would never. Don't worry, I'm here to protect you. I ain't scared. But
if a dark-haired girl with hair dragging down to her knees and a pale face with like blood dripping out her eyes.
Yeah, they get so scared. But it's so funny because in the past I've like I'm scared like cow's lick before. Have you ever done it?
I did it. My previous boyfriend. Yeah, I'm too scared of doing it. The ginger bit. I feel like he'll leave me.
I'll be like suddenly like act like I'm suddenly possessed or like act like crazy, and then he'd be like, "Stop the fuck you know! Don't do that! Don't do that!" Get so scared. It's jokes. But yeah. Anyway,
we haven't said one story.
Exactly, and it's already nearly halfway through the episode.
Oh my gosh!
We and you can talk the most shit for the longest. Okay, let's start with the first scary story. So, I had sleep paralysis and genuinely thought a man had come through my window, and I could feel like something was pinning me down. In my head, I thought it was a man. My body was telling me to wake up, but my body wasn't doing anything. As if there was a body on top of me. I woke up and of course no one was there. So that's sleep paralysis, right?
Well, no. But this is not a very like rare sort of thing. The feeling a lot of people suffer from this type of sleep paralysis. It felt like
it come through their window and put it on like
a lot of people suffer
down.
From this kind of. So basically, sleep paralysis occurs when you're in a state of REM sleep, REM.
Yeah.
Well. And it's called reverse eye movement or something. It basically, when you fall asleep, yeah, your brain shuts down, or your neurons shut down, your muscles shut down, everything shuts down, right? So the point that you've experienced sleep paralysis, like I don't know about the person pinning it down, that part, because I've suffered with sleep paralysis so badly in the past that I'd fear going to sleep.
Yeah.
Like I'd cry, waking up in tears.
I've recently been this week experiencing it. I don't know if it's got a link to mental health.
It's got a lot to do with mental health and stress.
So because the last week I've been getting it every night.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not to the point of extreme where like I can't get up, but I've got a mild sleep paralysis.
Mine would go on for minutes. And it would be torturous, and I wouldn't even go on about it that much, which is so mad, but it actually affected me so bad I'd be scared of going to sleep. Anyway, so I started doing so much research about it, and what happens is your brain has woken up, but it hasn't sent the messages to your body to basically wake up.
Right.
So your muscles haven't, it's really amazing, the body, don't you think?
Yeah.
So like, you haven't completely woken up. Your
brain's awake.
Your brain's awake,
But your body's
but
asleep.
your body is still asleep because it hasn't received the message that to wake up. And you actually are awake. When you're experiencing sleep paralysis, a lot of people get confused when they move. They think, oh, now I've moved, now I'm awake. That was a dream. No, you are awake. Your muscles, you're actually paralyzed.
Really freaky.
It's very freaky.
Well, after I don't know, because after I saw that man, I started like doing some kind of like research into that. And I saw this like documentary thing on YouTube. I don't know if it was on YouTube, I don't even remember because it was years ago. And it was about like, it's weird because some people think that sleep paralysis and you're seeing that man has got all to do with the same thing. But like part of the documentary, there was like people that were getting raped.
And they believe they were actually getting raped.
We need to watch that documentary again. But like they were literally...
They'd wake up with like the physical...
They've experienced the whole thing. Like...
They were raped by a ghost. I'm so sorry.
Mandy.
I'm so sorry. It's a nervous laugh. Like someone was doing at a funeral. Honestly, I'm so upset. It's just so strange.
Mandy. It's not funny. Again, Mandy.
It's fucked up.
Well, yeah.
Does it add to your body count? Does it though?
What? Add to your body count?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Would it be cheating?
That's another thing. I think some of them...
But it's rape. It can't be. Well, how do you go to the police and file a lawsuit?
Well, they started... We need to watch it again.
I have to watch this.
I'll find out, guys, and I'll let you know what the documentary is.
Oh my God, I watched this weird...
But there was like...
American Horror Stories got weird shit like that.
Yeah, but they would put cameras in their room and they could see like the whole thing.
Okay, now you got to be... Yeah, them what?
You can't see the ghost.
But you can see them struggling.
Yeah.
Okay, it's really freaking me out now.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, if I'm going to have a bad dream... Anyway, before I say something inappropriate.
So, should we go to the next scary story?
Yeah.
Right.
That was really fucking scary. Anyway, that previous one, I don't know, man.
Sleep paralysis.
All I can say is just have to meditate and like...
Yeah.
Because maybe it's linked to mental health, like you said.
So this person's scariest story is, a guy pulled down his pants and I saw a 3-inch dick.
Oh my God. That is horrifying. You know what? I had something worse. I had someone put it inside me once from the back and I was like, is it in? Like, have you put it in? And they were like, it's in. And just knowing that I had entered my vagina walls, I knew it added to my body count. I was so upset. Like, I knew it was the worst experience.
It doesn't add to your body count.
It doesn't add. If it's that small, you're not being added, bro.
Yeah.
And I was angry.
0.5. Like let's say I've slept with like 7.5
I wanted to turn around and punch the guy in the face. Like, how dare you? Like, and I asked him before as well, like, are you packing? Like, what's going on? Like,
she's joking.
Don't waste don't do that.
She's joking. Because imagine if someone said that about women.
And they do all the time. So next fucking dilemma.
Okay, next one. My date went to the toilet, so I checked all his cupboards, but he only had knives. Literally no forks and no spoons.
Oh my God, she dated a serial killer. She dated Jeffrey Dahmer.
Not a serial killer, but a freak.
A freak?
Yeah.
Why does he only have knives? How does he eat? He must be eating humans.
He eats with the cuts the knife and then puts it on the side of the other knife and there.
That's fucking weird, man.
Cuts his tongue like that, like, and then blood mixes with his...
Do you know what? I feel like single people experience the craziest shit, man.
I know, right?
Yeah, man.
But I would freak if I... But why was she checking on his cupboards?
Yeah, I would understand. I'd be like, I don't understand. Are you Nusrat? Are you a fucking butcher? Like, why do you have so many knives?
But why was she...
All right, Salt Bay.
But why was she checking his cupboards?
I don't fucking know, man. I'm probably looking for a fork.
Maybe we should all do that, though. Like, if you're on a date, check the guy's cupboards because God knows what you're going to find. Maybe save yourself. Because if she didn't check the cupboards and continue dating him and then later on down the line found out he's a weirdo...
They could have been having dinner together and only using knives.
All right, next one is, scariest, creepiest experience was when I was dog sitting for a friend of mine and while he was away, I was sleeping facing the wall and in the middle of the night, I felt something climb onto the bed and lay behind me. I almost felt like I was being spooned. That's how close it felt to me. However, the dog was a big, husky German shepherd who loved to climb onto the bed. So I thought it was him and started to fall back to sleep. Suddenly, I hear a voice in my ear saying, "Only joking, it's me, I'm back." I assumed it was my friend who had come back home early, so I turned around and no one was there. Not my friend and not the dog. I sat up and turned the light on and the dog was all the way on the other side of the room. When I looked at the doorway, what I saw was like a dark figure that was poking its head and peeking into the room. When I saw it quickly retracted and hid behind the door frame, I was petrified but too scared to go and look. I slept with the light on.
The fact that she even slept after that. I'd be climbing out that window. I don't care. I'd be jumping on trees like a chimpanzee. I'll be out.
And
Nothing
I
will
got
hold me into that
goosebumps.
house.
This is
The
what
dog will die alone.
This is what I mean. Like when I was reading these, I got really scared at home alone.
What is the husky not doing anything? Yeah, that's scary, man.
Yeah, well, imagine I was at home alone. It was pitch black. And also my blinds have recently not recently, ages ago broken. So you can see outside.
And it's just pitch black. You don't see anything. You kind of see your own reflection and a bit of
And I'm
outside.
like,
Your room is scary, man. I ain't coming there today,
Yeah.
man. I'm meant to be coming there like, I ain't coming. It's weird because you go close and you see like outside from far away, you just see yourself with a bit of outside. It's fucking scary,
yeah,
man.
because you know what's really scary as well? Someone wrote in that their biggest fear, which I was going to read out later, but I might as well just say it now.
It's floor to window.
No, their biggest fear
Floor to
is
ceiling
looking
windows.
outside the window and seeing someone staring back at you through the window. And like, that is so weird that someone sent that in, because that's like one of my biggest fears is every single time I look outside my window, because it's ground floor,
Yeah.
and I look outside and there's like a river, I always get scared that there's going to be someone standing there, like because it's like public place, that river.
Yeah.
Someone standing there just looking inside. It gives me almost like, I'm not joking, like I could vomit. That's how scared I
You're
get.
gonna make me piss.
Every single time I look outside that window, I'm preparing myself for a man or woman to be standing there and looking through my window at me.
I feel like man is more scary. Like woman just doesn't sound scary. Actually, unless she looks like Gothica
Yeah.
or The Ring. You could always run out of the front of your building, Anna, and you'd literally be in like a superstore.
It's not about that. It's not like they could get to me even like quickly. It's just the
presence.
the presence of that being there.
You know what you should always do to turn these scary things into something non-scary? You should just imagine the story, extend it, and just like imagine you pulling your trousers down, put your ass against the window. And now it's not scary anymore.
It's still scary.
No, you just pull your ass down
Okay.
and you just fart against the window and it just steams
I
up.
don't fart, darling.
And then you just like squeeze your ass.
Okay.
Now it's not scary anymore, right?
Still scary.
Which part? The ass?
My ass is quite scary. It's so huge.
That is a very scary story.
Yeah, because like seeing someone staring
Yeah,
back
it's very
at you.
scary.
Because that person, like, forget it's not even a ghost. It's someone that's looking through your window, like staring like at you living your life. Like that could be anyone like obsessed with you and like planning something. Or
You're definitely going to have the risk of that happening.
And I always tell Cowslick, like, we need to sort out these blinds and we need to fix them, because I
don't feel safe.
don't feel safe at all. Anyone could walk past and see a girl like me sitting there in the living room
own.
on my own.
And just wank
like,
outside the window.
Not only wank, like just plan something. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just not an ordinary girl.
Yeah, you're actually astonishingly beautiful as well.
Exactly.
It's dangerous. What if somebody becomes obsessed and just lives in the riverbank?
He doesn't get it.
He doesn't get it.
He doesn't get it.
How can he leave a Kardashian like you at home alone with windows, floor to ceiling windows without blinds? How could he dare?
It's one of it's been a year. And he doesn't understand because no one would ever get like that with him. No one would walk past and get obsessed with him.
I mean, he's quite good looking. I mean,
he is good looking, but like, it's always men that do these things, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know what's so weird? Like, that he's not doing that because he's very like possessive, isn't he?
Yeah. It's
So why isn't he doing that?
Because he's a bit like me.
I don't like that he's not protecting my sister.
He's not protecting me enough. I know. And it's been a whole year that there's no window blinds there. Any person could walk past and like look inside and see me there.
Well, I'm going to say something. I want to tell my mum, and my mum's going to say something, man.
Thank you.
Because that's not cool.
He needs to fix that.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's basically it. Let's go to the next story.
Yeah.
But that is
said one story.
That is literally one of my biggest fears.
Yeah.
For that situation. And you wouldn't understand unless you live on the ground floor and it's pitch black and there's no curtains.
Now you're going to make me worry about you every night. It's fucking long.
I go, and I'm always alone in it because he's at work at night.
Why don't you just put a bed sheet or something? Because it's making me uncomfortable.
It's really uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I was awake before dawn and I was walking past my classroom because it was exam season, so I was going to go revise. But when I walked past the class, all I could hear was our book pages turning and pens scribbling. Also, in the boarding school, we were told that if a person's a ghost, you can tell if a person's a ghost by looking at their feet. If their feet are turned 90 degrees outwards, it meant that they weren't reals and they're jinns. At dawn prayer, we would see wet footprints which replicated feet that were 90 degrees outwards.
God, I don't feel very well after this episode.
I know, right?
I don't understand. Who's teaching about the 90
Boarding
degree feet?
schools, I think there's either two explanations for this. Boarding school, maybe you're bored because it's like you're in this building.
It's called a boarding school.
Yeah. Like you're there all day, every day. Like I guess it might be boring. So you make stories up in your head.
Who are these orthopedic people that are telling them about the feet? Is it the teachers?
What do you mean the orthopedic?
The feet people. Who knows this about the feet?
Apparently ghosts have their feet
90 degrees. You know your feet bend out a little bit.
Yeah, they do. Ghosts' feet. Let me Google that and see if it's actual feet.
What about old people? All old people's feet start bending out. Like, are they all ghosts? Or they're on their way to becoming one? That's probably why their feet bend out. Because they're on their way to becoming a ghost. That's why their feet bend out.
I can't see
like
anything
that.
though about feet, ghost feet.
And this girl made it up for our podcast. She did a great job.
She made What about the books turning?
You know old people, man, their feet start bending out.
Yeah. That's got
They're on their way to becoming a ghost.
No. There's young people that like obviously die early. They become ghosts. I always feel like, isn't ghosts
unfinished business?
Yeah,
What happened to
like-
heaven and hell? Do religious people?
Well, isn't that a thing? Like, okay, so you die, but you have unfinished business and you finish the business, then you can go up to heaven or
I want to know
hell.
what religious people believe. Can you please comment and let me know?
Right.
If you believe in afterlife and you believe in heaven and hell, do you also believe in ghosts? And if so, how does that work? Who is the secretary that decides who stays?
Unfinished
wondering?
business.
What's unfinished business? Like if I fancy a guy and I didn't bang him.
No, unfinished business is like if someone killed you and you want to let people know who killed you. Like that you want the murderer to get, you want justice.
I just don't believe that. Like Jeffrey Dahmer murdered about like 35 people before he got caught. Are they all doing a shit job of wandering around trying to get him caught?
Because he did get caught.
Yeah, maybe they're the ones that got him caught.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of the times, maybe they like help.
You know, they were a union.
Finish the business, and then finally, once they've finished business, they can go and move up. I mean, personally, I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I don't really believe
and
in
some people, I think they say that ghosts are like on your way, they get stuck on their way.
I've got a good theory.
What?
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
I've got one. Just came in my head now. I don't know how I never thought of this before because I'm so smart.
What?
So it wouldn't make sense to say that there's like people with unfinished business. It sounds like a lot of bollocks, yeah? And it doesn't make sense to say there's no heaven and like hell because it sounds sad. Like when we lose our loved ones, they're just like, do you know what I mean? They're stuck here and they're just suffering. I think there's only a heaven and the hell is for the ghosts. Because imagine just being trapped here, watching the world go
if
by.
there's loads of ghosts, they'll make their own like little world and party.
They'll have ghost parties. Ghosts. Busters. True, they'll have ghost sex.
Exactly.
What
Like
if
if
they
there's it's only sad if you're the only ghost.
Not really. If you can't speak, smell, touch.
They can touch because don't you see that they do loads of madness.
Anna, you don't know that they can touch.
They can.
You don't know this.
They pull your drawers out and shit. And they've got loads of stories out there. I've been reading loads of crazy stories.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. Maybe they are having ghost sex and ghost parties then. I don't know. Tell us what you think.
But anyway, let's go to the next story. Okay. About a year ago, I kept having the same recurrent dream about this woman with red hair and a bright green flowy dress down to her knees. The dreams weren't scary. I was just so confused as to why I kept having the same dream. This had never happened to me before. After a month or two, the dreams stopped and I didn't really think about them again. Then, a couple of months ago, I was talking to my sister about this trip we took to Iran about 10 years ago. She told me that there was something she didn't tell me about what happened because at that time we were both kids and she didn't want to scare me. She said one afternoon she was standing at the end of the hallway watching me sleep and that there was someone in my room standing over my head watching my face. Her back was to me. Suddenly she points to the Quran on the nightstand next to me and says, "This isn't going to help you," and she walks away. That lady never returned after that and she hasn't been seen since. But what sent an actual chill down my spine was when she described her, it was a red-haired lady in a green dress. Like, what the fuck? That is such a particular description and it can't be a coincidence.
What the fuck? My whole
I have
arm is
goosebumps.
goosebumps. Oh my fucking fuck. Fuckity fuck. This sister,
So had this
did the sister see this woman, yeah?
in her dreams. So she was having a
but the
recurrent
person-
dream.
Yes, I know, but then her sister told her years ago,
I never told you 10 years ago.
I saw a woman in your room when you were sleeping. What, a house? Like an actual house? Did she see it as a ghost or an actual person?
She saw it as a
ghost. Because if it's not a ghost, you're going to be like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah,
What are you doing
obviously,
looking at my sister?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Like when I saw the man, he's obviously a ghost. He's not an actual person.
Oh my God. And like,
She's obviously like a demon or something, right? Because she's pointing at the holy
my
book.
sister's making this up.
But how, she doesn't know about the recurrent dream.
How does she not know about the recurrent dreams? You wouldn't tell your sister about the recurrent dreams?
Well, I'm sure otherwise
Her sister would be a sociopath to make this up. She wouldn't do that. Iranians wouldn't do that.
I don't know.
Anyway,
It's scary.
that's more than a coincidence. That is some real ass supernatural demonic shit right there.
Yeah.
Who, if I see any woman with a red hair and a green dress,
Stay away.
I'm gonna be like, who the fuck are you?
But you know what they say? Like, you shouldn't really talk about like jinn, demons and stuff like that.
Yeah, because weird shit.
It comes to you.
That's what I was saying in the beginning, man. This episode was a bad idea.
Yeah, it comes to
Where's
you.
your car parked outside? Because I don't want to go out after this podcast, go to the car. I'm scared.
Me too. But haven't you heard apparently with like the whole exorcism of Emily Rose, that whole story? Like that's a true story, that film is the scariest.
I'm really not feeling well.
For
My
me,
vagina's starting to really hurt.
That is the scariest movie because the lawyers that were involved in the case of the exorcism of the Emily Rose, started to experience the devil coming into their house, like doing stuff to their clocks. And did they die or something?
Yes, they did. Anna, I'm just going to think about big dicks, big bank accounts, holidays, all this shit, because I can't be distracted with this jinn. Jinn, by the way, is like, means
demon.
ghost or
Demon, I think.
demon.
Anyway.
Oh, fuck this. Anyway, should we watch a horror movie tonight?
Right, next one, yeah?
Wait, I'm not done with that one.
Okay.
So basically, you're going to hate me for this, yeah? But I had a really bad dream last night. It was horrible. And it made me think a lot about dreams. And I was going to start doing some more research about dreams. It's what it is. I have to share it. Because it's Halloween. It's not real. Basically, the dream was that we lived in Iran. Me, you, and Mummy. And Mummy was given her execution date. And it was horrible. And we were the days leading up to her execution date. And we kept going through it and it kept happening. And then my dream just kept repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. And like...
The same dream?
Yeah. And I woke up and I'd go back to sleep, trying to think about something else, went back to sleep, think about the same thing. And it's so weird that the reason I brought this up is because the pain that I felt in that dream...
Yeah, I felt that before.
...was like more than the pain that I felt in that week, and the week suffering Kobe. Because obviously it was a shorter amount of time, but the intensity, the way we were screaming, like my old mum with the rope going around, the way we were screaming, it was horrible. I woke up straight away, like hugging Gingerbeard, holding his hand, he's holding mine, he's stroking me. He's like, it's just a dream, it's just a dream. It was just so weird. I was like, okay, I understand people have bad dreams. Like, a lot's going on in the world, there's a lot of bad stuff. A lot of this goes into your subconscious. Why is the pain real? The pain comes from brain, right? That's what it must be.
Yeah, and that's why it's so scary with nightmares, because you actually technically go through it.
Yeah.
You go through these things, like it's happened to me so many times, obviously nightmares, and you're going through these pains or you're going through these scary moments in your dreams. So it's almost like you're going through it though.
Yeah. That just made me, do you know how I know you go through it? Is because I used to when I was more lucky, I had a lot of wet dreams. That's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
I'm just having an orgasm for free. I don't even entertain anyone or touch myself or move. I'm having it in my sleep. Like, I'm always boasting about this.
Yeah.
Like, Gingerbeard, do you have wet dreams? I had one. I'm having an orgasm, you know.
I'm not going to lie, it's happened to me a few times.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's fucking fantastic.
But sometimes it happens to me in moments, like when I'm really stressed as well. I wake.
Hey, don't try and take my fucking lingo.
You said when you're stressed, you want to have sex.
No.
I'm saying when I've been stressed in the past, I can, in my sleep...
What I meant by that is like, it doesn't make me want to have sex, but when I'm really, really under a lot of stress pressure, it just makes me want to release that.
Yeah, no, I don't get that. The last thing I can think about is doing that.
I don't know, I'm the same as well, because like recently when I've been really, really bad, like, oh my God, do not come near me and I do not want to go near myself, like when it's really bad. But when it's not that deep, it's different.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, wet dreams are so cool, man. Like, they're so cool. I don't know a lot of women have experienced. You guys get wet dreams? Like, you wake up having a whole ass orgasm, bro. You climb and then you just touch your clit to check if it's real. And it is real because, you know, it's so sensitive.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's sick.
And the orgasm's better. It's more vivid and extreme.
It's amazing.
It's amazing anyway.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go to the next scary story. I've got so many and we've only not got long left. It's upsetting
I'm
me.
going to piss myself.
Why?
So we have to finish it because I'm actually going to piss myself.
No.
These stories have made me want to piss myself.
Okay, right. But I've got loads and I've got biggest fears as well that we need to go through. Maybe we should do a part 2. Should we do a part 2? But it's not Halloween.
So, people still interested. Tell us if you're interested still.
Okay, well, about a year ago, I watched a horror film where it spoke about if you hear 3 loud knocks on the door, it was a devil. About 20 minutes later, I heard 3 slow, loud knocks on my front door. When I checked my Ring doorbell, no one was there. It scared the shit out of me. The next morning, I found out that my neighbor had died.
It can't be a coincidence. It can't be people experiencing these
The
things.
things are like when 2 things happen in together, that's what makes it scary. Because if it was just the 3 loud, you'd be like, I'm imagining
Let me tell
it.
you, when I went to, Wardegrave School for Girls and I was in year 7.
You watched the fucking...
You'll
I
never
remember
forget
what
this.
The Conjuring.
No.
What was it called?
It wasn't out then.
What was it called?
How could you not know? It's the biggest part of my
Yeah,
life.
that woman with the black hair.
Yeah, I'll give you a sign. I'll do this.
I've forgotten that, I know. The Ring.
Yes.
I remember that took over our lives for like years.
And then I rewatched it. It wasn't even scary.
Yeah, because
Like,
you
when I was an
were
adult.
young.
How old was I? 12?
You were a child. You went out to a friend's house or something and you watched it.
So why did I get scared?
My mum had to suffer for ages after.
I know. So basically, in The Ring, it is actually quite a scary film, now I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you watch this film, yeah, and if you watch this film, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
And if you watch this tape, your phone will ring after about a few minutes.
Yeah.
They play the tape in the film, obviously. And it's first what's interesting about the film, because they're like, the people that watch this tape, they die and then you're watching the tape. So the film finished and the phone rang. Literally, I will never forget, it was on the kitchen wall, the phone was the same. And they were like, Mandy, it's for you. It's your mum. I got so scared. And it's always someone you know.
Yeah.
The first call is like someone like your friend. And after that, I was fucked for years. Just because of the 2
I remember.
things. I never died though.
I remember.
Here I am, do you know what I mean?
Okay, so I don't know which ones to read because there's got so many.
I'm gonna piss.
Okay, fine. Okay, wait. Okay, what about this one? Scary story. I used to do Ouija boards with my sister.
God.
We did a few together, which was super creepy. My grandfather supposedly came through and kept writing the name Ben. And then when we asked who Ben was, he would write Mum. So the grandfather's ghost, yeah? We had no idea who that was, so we started to question my mum. Anyway, I asked my mum, who is Ben, and regarding Pop, and she said, actually, we believed all that he killed your Pop. They never did an autopsy, but they used to fight and drink a lot together. Then I kept the board in my bedroom in a cupboard behind my chest of drawers. I went to work and my mum called me and said there was a huge bang in the room and she was too scared to go in. When I finished work and I went in there, all the cupboard doors were open and a chest of drawers had completely fallen over and the Ouija board was just standing up perfectly behind it. So basically, after this, I've always been really scared of Ouija boards. Have you?
Yeah, and I've always had this weird desire to do it.
Yeah, right. So I started researching on it. Ouija boards, is it real? Because it's such a long history to Ouija boards.
Yeah.
From 1870 or something like that, it started. And basically it's a big part of American culture where some people really believe in it. And people have wrote books, poems, and they've said, we didn't write it. A ghost came, wrote it for me, and I put it out. And it's won awards and shit, of old dead writers.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Or dead poets that have come and done it with someone else and their work still comes through. Don't know if it's true or not because there's never actually been actual proof. But apparently the thing moves to send a message to you. But apparently scientists say that you don't realize it yourself, but it's like a muscle. Your muscles are moving without you realizing you're moving yourself.
Luckily, scientists always find a reason for everything.
So apparently it feels like you're not moving it.
Only will know if I do it. Because I ain't moving shit.
No,
I ain't moving my finger.
No, it feels like you're not moving it. They said that you can only compare it to you don't realize that you're gonna cry. It's not also automatic.
I know
thing.
when I'm gonna cry.
As in you can't control it.
I can control my tears. I can control everything. I'm
You
controlling
can't
holding
control
my piss in for the last 10 minutes of this podcast. You're telling me I can't control my arm moving around a fucking Ouija board and writing some weird shit.
You can't.
So I won't realize if something's gonna write Ben.
Yes. You can't control it. It's a muscle movement that you're...
What I want to know is this girl, her granddad, the ghost, was writing Ben. And when they were saying...
killed me. Something to do exactly what we're talking about.
When they were saying, who's Ben, he was saying mum. So basically,
ask your mum.
So did their mum kill their dad?
They're saying, ask your mum who Ben is. So she asked your mum, who is Ben, regarding granddad. And she said, he used to hang around with your dad.
Do you know what would be a really, really scary twist to that story, which I thought it was?
What?
If the granddad kept writing Ben and they kept saying, who's Ben? Yeah. And then they said to him, "Who's Ben?" And he said, "Ben is your mum." And then they went to their mum and was like, "Who killed dad?" "Oh, someone who's like, we think is someone called Ben." How scary.
Yeah.
Because then it would be like, that's what I thought it would be.
That is very, very scary.
That is fucking creepy.
Okay. There's one that I really wanted to read out. So, one day 2 years ago, I was watching a movie and in the right corner of my TV, I could see a girl on her knees on the bed, holding a teddy, half smiling, with braces and ponytails on either side. I looked to the right and there is nothing there, basically. And I looked at the TV again and I can see her basically in the reflection. Do you get it? Like behind her.
That's one of my biggest fears, mate.
It was happening frequently. So I went to the doctors and they said I was crazy and they gave me tablets. But I didn't believe I was crazy. The room always suddenly felt really cold every time I saw this girl. And then it suddenly stopped for years. But 5 months ago, she came back in the same place and it was so weird. The same features and everything. I went to a place where they know about ghosts and apparently on rare occasions, people can actually see ghosts. Usually they're friendly when you can see them, but they just want company. But anyway, she's disappeared again.
Fuck company, bro. Sign up some ghost Tinder or Bumble or some shit, man. I do not.
It's a little girl.
I don't give a shit. If it's a baby, if it's a ghost, I'm kicking that shit, man. If it's a ghost, I'm coming for that child. I'm scared. This whole episode's scary. It's not been good for my bladder. I'm really scared. I need a toilet. I don't know how I'm going to go to the toilet.
Okay.
Will you come with me?
Yeah.
Will you come with me? Honestly, will you come with me to the toilet?
But I've got so many more stories.
I'm not joking.
I literally, I've got loads.
First, you start this episode I don't know if I've got any stories. I don't know if I've got any good stories. Now she's got a book.
But I've got all those biggest fears as well, which are jokes.
Anna?
Our episodes. No, well,
we're going to do a part 2.
Should we do one more story?
Oh my God. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I'll be honest with you guys. A little bit of urine has dripped out. Just a tiny bit it did. I couldn't.
No.
Especially this with the Ouija board one.
The Ouija board. Which one's been the scariest so far?
A little drop. Was that really bad? Just a drop of urine?
Which one do you think's been the scariest so far?
The green dress one really scared me.
Yeah, me too.
Very much so.
The looking out the window, scary as well.
The demon one was really scary as well, the neighbor one dying.
Yeah.
This Ouija one probably is very, very scary as well.
Yeah. Okay, let's do one more. Okay. I used to see a demon in my old house and it killed my dog.
God.
Some of them woke me up after sleep paralysis. I just see him staring at me. Also, I went away once and the house was empty and my neighbor asked, who was always screaming and shouting in your house?
Who was it?
The house was
demon.
empty.
Oi, this demon shit is really scary, man. I don't think I want to watch any scary movies this week at all. I'm done. I'm putting a comedy on after this because I need to get my head out of this.
I don't know about scary
negative
movies.
energy.
The thing is, movies that are scary about ghosts never scare me.
What?
No, demon stuff like possession scares
but
me.
Gothica is so scary.
I need to watch that again. I don't remember.
I feel like that's what we should watch again. I've been wanting to watch it. I think Mummy would enjoy it as well.
Basically, I don't get scared of monsters or anything that I feel isn't realistic, but movies that I feel could be real.
Exorcism,
possession,
freak me out.
Possession and demon and stuff. I feel like that's real.
This story actually with the girl seeing someone on her television screen, that really freaked me out. Yeah, because I'm actually smashing up that TV if I see something. I don't think you understand. I am smashing up that TV.
Okay, maybe we could do a part 2. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments if you want to do a part 2.
If you've got any stories, send them in.
Send them in.
Send them to our, what is it?
Send them to my Instagram.
Yeah, send them to Anna's Instagram.
But also, I've got loads. I've got biggest fears. I mean, if you want us to do a part 2, let me know because I've got loads. If you don't, and just
I hope you're watching this in basically the sunrise.
Yeah,
you know,
and not at night.
Yeah,
it's scary.
You need to be watching this not at night alone because this shit's scary. I'm scared. I'm here with Anna. Okay.
Anyway, we love you. We hope you enjoyed our episode. Make sure you subscribe to our Patreon. Thank you everyone that has subscribed so far. And if you haven't, make sure you do because we have an episode coming out this Thursday. And we love you all. Make sure you comment, subscribe to this YouTube channel as well.
We love you guys.
Bye-bye.